y'all, I can't even begin to tell you all how excited I am to finally be back with another video. I have been busy working on some things and doing the very best I can where I am with what I have, and I hope that you all have been doing the same too. In the meantime, I've really missed you all. So with that being said, let's jump right in and talk about Merit Beauty's latest release. So if you're unfamiliar with Merit Beauty, I've actually done 2 reviews on their products on this channel. I will try to either link them in the description bar or put up a card or something. But if you're not familiar with them, they are the quintessential minimalist beauty brand. Their products are very simple, very straightforward, designed to get you in and out in the morning with no fuss. They're designed for the person who doesn't want necessarily an expansive 20 product beauty routine, but they still want to look a little bit polished out there in the world. This brand is also considered clean, and I use quotes because I know the term clean is debatable, but they are also vegan and cruelty-free. Again, if you want more in-depth information about Merit, do check out the first video that I did where I really deep dive into the brand. So with that being said, Merit as a brand is only 2 or 3 years old, and they have been slowly expanding their range of products from the basics and beyond. And so last week, I think it was the 22nd of August, they launched their very first color eyeshadow products. They launched their Merit Solo Shadow collection, as well as brush number 2, which is the second brush, you guessed it, in their brush lineup. So I did receive the Merit Solo Shadow from Merit for free in exchange for my honest review, as well as some other products. And I wrote a blog post over on macthemaverick.com, which if you haven't been over there, you should really go over there. Definitely go and check it out. And I was writing and test driving this product, there were some things that I felt like I couldn't adequately describe just in writing. Like I could show you better than I can tell you. And furthermore, I've noticed with this launch, there aren't a terrible amount of brown people reviewing it. I did look on the website, and there are swatches and as well as Instagram posts and advertisements with women of color, brown skin, dark skin, etc. But I want to see more of this product reviewed by you and me, real folks in the real world. So here we are. So Merit before now, in terms of their eye products, just had the Brown 1983 Pomade and the Clean Lash Tubing Mascara, which I reach for several times a week. Wonderful products, but they didn't have any color. So they released an 8 color collection of these buildable matte cream to powder shadows that are designed to deliver really a soft wash of color. These particular shadows actually come in 8 different shades. There are 4 neutrals: Brun, Mid-Century, Vachetta, and Studio, which range from like a darker brown to a lighter like beige type color. And then there are 4 wearable statement colors: Nelson, which is a gray; Social, which is a mauve color; Midnight, which is navy; and Viper, which is this green color, a warm green right here. And since I feel like as of late I have a decent collection of neutrals, I wanted to try something different from this brand. So as you can see, this is the shadow. It is cream to powder. And in terms of ingredients, because Merit has a focus on ingredients and clean ingredients and things like that, the key ones are chamomile and calendula, which are supposed to be soothing to the eyes. Magnolia bark, which is supposed to help smooth your skin's appearance. Peptides, which improve the appearance of fine lines. And sunflower seed oil, which nourish skin. So what I'm going to do is actually, now that I have just about a full collection of Merit products, I'm going to do a full face and we're going to talk about this. So before I get started, I've washed my face, I've moisturized it, and I'm just going to put on some of my Laneige Glowy Makeup Serum. Sorry if that's a little bright, but I'm just going to put 2 or 3 drops. Y'all, I see so many people online like dropping product directly onto their face. Y'all, if you know what that's about, talk to me in the comments. I don't generally do that because I feel like you use so much more product, and I'm a less is more type person. I would rather put on a little bit and add more than put on too much and not be able to take it away. But anyway, so I'm just putting that in my hand and just pressing that in to kind of plump my skin up. And then this time I received Merit's Minimalist Foundation Stick, which is light to medium coverage. And the key ingredients of it are sea daffodil, which is brightening, and glycerin, which is hydrating. I ended up choosing the shade Tiger Eye just because that's what foundation told me. And from what I understand, you don't necessarily like just have to color your whole face with this. It's meant for you to put it in just the places where you might need a little coverage. That's actually a little dark, so it seems. I could be wrong. No? Yeah, kind of a cool, like, it's not bad. It might be just a hair dark or gray. This is actually more than I intended to put on anyway. So I'm just gonna take that and I'm gonna buff it out across my skin. And because I'm not sure that this is like a 100% perfect match here in person, I'm gonna make sure that I run it all the way across my face so that there's not some weird, like, really visible difference. And let me not forget to go underneath my eye. The formula does seem kind of emollient and soft. I can say that it's not a stiff pencil. And then simply because, once again, I'm not 100% sure about this match, I'm gonna make sure I use a concealer, going in with my Thread Beauty concealer in the shade 7 Medium Golden Brown. So if y'all missed my review on Thread Beauty, I actually reviewed them the day before they came out. The brand, it debuted couple years ago, so go ahead and get that. Their concealer is one of their newest products in their lineup, and it's one of my favorites. So I'm just putting on the littlest amount of that and just blending it. Okay, Okay, on to the main event. Our shadow, I again got this in the color Viper, and you can actually apply this with a brush or with your finger. So with this release, they have brush number 2, which is actually a dual-ended vegan bristle brush. It's got one end of fluffy little bristles on one end to blend product, and then a end that is bullet tipped for you to line. And full disclosure, I got this for free as well, and yeah, I've used this before, so you'll see a little bit of staining in there. But anyway, I'm gonna go in first with the brush, and it seems to pick up pretty well. And I don't have any primer on my eyelids because I did not get the impression that it was meant for you to use this eyeshadow with a primer. So here goes nothing. As you can see, it's a real soft wash of color. What's interesting to me about this, yeah, it's a super soft wash of product, and I'm just gonna tell you, it's very much self-setting, like very much self-setting. You have a very limited amount of time that you can move this stuff around. So I would say if you are fair skinned, this might show up a little bit differently and perhaps a little bit better than it does on me, but that's just kind of the first look at this color. If I still have some daylight, I'll go outside and show you all, but that is what this looks like with a brush. At first use, I found that this product applies with a little more saturation. I want y'all to see this. It's like real smooth, like it's real creamy and liquidy to the touch. But it applies a little more saturated. Hopefully you all can see that, maybe not, with your finger. This side is the brush and this side is the finger. So I will mimic this on the other side, just to try to build up some sort of color on the lid. So even with 2 layers of that, 1 layer blended out with the brush and 1 layer added with the finger, it's still a very soft wash of color. I'm gonna take the bullet tipped end and I am gonna go in and I'm actually gonna line my waterline. Well, not my waterline, but my lower lash line. And I like to drop my eyeliner most of the time, so that's what I'm gonna do. I like to keep my eyes open looking. And I will say that this brush, the shape is perfect for that. So yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, if you're looking for something that has like a big pop of color, then this may not necessarily be the product for you. But if you just want something very subtle, then you know, you might have your girl here with these solo shadows. And in fairness, this is also the only color I've tried so far. I was going back and forth between the Viper Green and the Navy, and just kind of settled on the green, just because I felt like it might better complement my warm skin tone. Now, that being said, I've heard of people kind of comparing the texture and the workability of this to MAC's paint pots, which I've not used a MAC paint pot, not gonna lie, like I have, but I've seen them used as an eyeshadow primer. So I was wondering if this would have the same effect. Like, could I use it as a base for something else? So I'm gonna play with it a little bit, and I am going to break out my Inglot Loose Pigment, my Pure Pigment eyeshadow in the color 31. I also have a pigment shadow in color 122. Don't know if I'll use that, but this is obviously kind of a green that is in the same vein as what I just put on. So I'm actually going to dump a smidgen of this onto a palette, and I'm gonna take a brush and just kind of tap that. In place. Okay, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. And I'm gonna gently tap that again on the other side. Then I'm gonna take a little bit of the 122, which is like a gold green. And I'm actually going to take a synthetic brush and wet it. Hang on a second. And I'm just gonna try to concentrate that right here in this inner corner. Ooh. And then I think I'm gonna go back into my Merit shadow and try to kind of blend out some edges a little bit. It's definitely growing on me as a colored primer type base for this other shadow, even though I accidentally got a lot of fallout. But anyway, let's see what a brown eyeliner will look like. Actually line my eyes dark brown. Next up, I'm going to fill in my eyebrows. I'm actually going to break out my Morphe pencil, brush down. And I'm gonna follow up with the Merit Brown 1983 pomade. And the Clean Lash mascara, which has got to be my favorite mascara of the moment. Because it both delivers definition and volume and length to my lashes, but it's a tubing mascara, which means it comes straight off with warm water. Magnificent. And I also received the Flush Balm blush, this time in the color Persimmon, which I believe is one of the newer shades of Flush Balm. And y'all know I stand kind of a reddish brown terracotta, and I'm just gonna put that there for a very soft blush of color. And I am gonna blend that with my finger. And I'm gonna finish off with the Merit Signature Lip in the shade Cabo. Yeah. And this is the finished look, which I can say actually kind of came together. The first time I used this shadow, I wasn't crazy about it. I'm still not 100% sold on this shade on its own. I do feel like it's not necessarily, I know it's supposed to be a soft wash, but I felt like it's too soft for somebody who is darker than a certain shade. That's just me. Y'all saw it for yourself. Also, again, it's self-setting. You only got a few seconds to work with it, but once it's there, it's there. It'll be with you always until you wash it off. So that could be good or bad. That's a learning curve type thing. I really like this brush, especially this bullet tip end. I think it's the perfect size and the perfect shape for lining eyes. I have no qualms with it, except I wish there were caps on each end to protect the bristles, but that's minor. So if I had to give the solo shadow itself, I would say a verdict. It's decent if you know what to do with it. I don't know that it necessarily delivers on what they intended for it to be, but obviously we've made it work today. And the brush, I would say pretty good. I think it's a great companion to this shadow and very, very convenient. I actually traveled with this entire set the other day, and you know, not having to haul around extra brushes or extra product is very, very convenient. So with that being said, you guys let me know in the comments what you all think. I will put a link to these products down in the description bar. If you choose to purchase something, I might get a small commission at absolutely no additional charge to you. It just helps me continue to keep doing what I am doing. So with that being said, you guys, as always, do what you love what you do, and keep on at it. And I will see you all very, very soon for the next one. Bye-bye.